Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time of day it is you are joining us here. Welcome back to another Move Through May with us here at Yoga Born. If you are new to Move Through May, where have you been? No, honestly, if you're new to Move Through May, it's absolutely fine. We have been taking a different asana, a different pose, and exploring it through these short little videos every day of the month of May. So it's with us here at Yoga Born. My name is Hannah. I'm one of the teachers here at Yoga Born, and it's lovely to spend this time with you today. So today we're going to be exploring a pose called Virabhadrasana 2. Now, Virabhadrasana 2 is also known as Warrior 2. It's known as Warrior 2 because when we take that Sanskrit word Virabhadrasana, it translates to asana, translates to pose, and it is the pose of the warrior Virabhadra. So that's where we get Virabhadrasana 2, and that's where we get Warrior 2. Now it's Warrior 2 because we also have a Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2, and Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So this is the second of our warrior poses. Now you might have come across it before. It's a really common pose that we have in yoga. It tends to crop up quite a lot in different practices. I use it quite frequently in my flow classes. It's a really common hatha based pose that we use in yoga. Now Virabhadrasana 2, it is a really great full body stretch. I really love it because it's ultimately a hip opener, that's where it starts from, but it actually works with the whole body if you let it. And I am one of those people, I spend a lot of my time sitting down at a table, sitting down at a desk, so any opportunity for any hip openers I find really, really beneficial. I'm just going to put my coffee down so I can talk to you a little bit more. So yeah, so Virabhadrasana 2, great hip opener, but it works with the whole body. So should we give it a go? So to explore Virabhadrasana 2, we're going to start at the top of our mats. Now, if you don't have a mat, it's absolutely fine. Just make sure that there is some space behind you because you're going to be stepping backwards. And to explore your Virabhadrasana 2, we'll start here at the top of our mats. And we're going to take this left foot. Now I'm starting with my left side. So take your left foot, step your left foot back. When we step our left foot back, we're going to open it up so our toes are facing towards the long edge of the mat. So our toes are facing towards that long edge, our foot is at a 90-degree angle. Our right toes are maintaining that front vision, front focus, facing towards the front of the mat. But we've got that little hip opener here. So once we step that left foot back, the left hip will automatically open up towards that side. We're going to bend in that right knee. We're going to keep that left leg nice and long. And with our arms, we're going to lift up through the crown of the head, lift our arms up towards the sky, cartwheel the arms open, find a little T shape. When we found that T shape, we're going to take our gaze forward over our front fingers. So this is Virabhadrasana 2. Take a couple of moments here just to breathe. Notice where you might be feeling this pose in your body. And as it's the pose of our warrior, notice how you can feel nice and strong in this pose. Where could you be stronger? Now, I'm just going to do a couple of things with you on alignment. If you're looking to get, I apologise, I'm a bit snotty today. It is May. I am allergic to the world outside. I don't think I'm the only one. So we're going to talk a little bit about alignment. Now with Warrior 2, there are a few things that you want to think about. So we've already talked about that back foot, keeping your toes towards the long edge of the mat, that 90-degree angle. We also want to try and make sure that the inside of the arch of our left foot is roughly lining up with the back heel of that right foot. So we've got that long line, our feet are all in that same line. With our right leg, we're bending in that right knee. We'd like our right knee to roughly be stacking over that right heel. But what we need to make sure of, and what I see quite commonly sometimes in this practice, is when people stack and bend that right knee tends to fall inwards or maybe falls outwards. So what I'd like you to do, just take a little glance down at that right knee and just check that it's tracking over your toes. Check you've got that tracking, and that'll make sure that your upper body is all stacked where it needs to be. So with our hips here, we're taking our hips, opening them towards that long side of the mat. Try not to get lazy in that back foot. We want to make sure that we are still rooting down through all four corners of that foot. And then with your upper body, a couple of notes on upper body alignment. We talked about reaching up to then open our arms to get that T. Sometimes I find it's really helpful to actually do this in front of a mirror, because I notice that without a mirror, I think we tend to kind of misalign. We tend to think we're in a T when we're not really in a T. So maybe just check out where your T is at. And try and imagine that you've got maybe a string or a rope looping from your left fingers all the way to the right fingers. And as you reach out, that rope tightens. So you're expanding through the body as much as you possibly can. So that is your warrior two. Now, a couple of little adjustments that you might want to take with this. I have, bear with me, the world's biggest dining room table. World's biggest dining room table chair. There we go. A nice little adjustment that you can take to your warrior two. So if this feels a little bit too deep for you, there are a couple of options. This is where our chairs can come in handy. So we can choose to use that chair to settle our hips onto. So stepping that left foot backwards and allowing your hips to come to rest, allowing your sit bones to come to rest on this chair. That might allow you to have that hip opening, but without that pressure and without that strength that is often required with warrior two. But if you're taking this, same thing. We're going to cartwheel the arms up, open them out, and take that gaze nice and long. So once you are comfortable in your warrior two, once you've found the variation that works for you, there's a couple of different options of where we can go from here. We often include our warrior two in a lot of our different flows. You're also welcome to just stay here in warrior two. Notice that expansion, notice that power that you feel in this pose. What I quite like to do from warrior two is rotate between warrior two and a reverse warrior. So if you want to find your reverse warrior, inhale the breath here in warrior two, take up space, exhale the breath. Inhale, draw forwards, flip that right palm. Exhale, we're going to lift that right palm up to the sky. Left hand is going to come down either towards that left leg or maybe coming around the back of the body towards that right hip, finding a little half bind. So you've got your warrior two legs here, but instead we're reversing our warrior, so our gaze is up towards that right hand. Maybe take a couple of breaths here in your reverse warrior. And releasing. Thank you for joining me today as we explore Virabhadrasana 2. It's been lovely to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and look forward to seeing you at another move through May. Or perhaps in the studio, I don't know why I'm pointing over here, but or perhaps on our wall. No, or perhaps in the studio in Sturchley in Yogaborn. If you found this video useful, please give it a like. If you've got any questions about Warrior 2, pop them into the comments. And please do, if you're interested in more of this content, please do subscribe to our channel. Lovely to spend time with you. Have a great rest of your day.